y'all, welcome back. So, I wanted to share this dream that I had on October the 15th, 2021. And I highly encourage you to really just listen and don't let your feelings get in the way. Listen with your spiritual ears. Really, do not let your feelings get in the way because I want you to really understand what is going on. And sometimes we could be led by our feelings other than really understanding what God is trying to say. So, in this dream, I was in this big building. It was like a boarding school, kind of. And a lady from my job, her name's Sandra. Um, we call her Crazy Sandra because she's always like wild and funny and goofy. But in this dream, she was really serious about something, like serious and I want to say uptight, kind of. She had this blanket with her, and it was like this rectangle. It was like this, like it was basically like this. So, it was like a rectangle, and it was a blanket, and let's see, she was trying to hide it from people. And on the blanket, it was, what was it? It was a bunch of babies. It was like a bunch of babies in the womb. Like some were fully developed and some like weren't. But it was like pictures and drawings of like actual babies like curled up in the fetal position in the womb. And then the scene just switched. And we were all on the floor in this room in like a circle, and we were about to pray. I think we were about to say a prayer, and we were all like holding hands and stuff. And then Michelle Obama had sat down next to me and smiled, and her face seemed so warming, and she seems so nice. Like, we know she seems really warming, like her smile is just really warming, and she seems really nice. um so we started praying, and while we were praying, Sandra had pulled out the blanket and she laid it in front of her, like within the circle. So I think she did that because I asked to see it. I asked her to show me. And when she did it, she seemed really uncomfortable doing it, like someone was after it. And she wanted to protect it. And she didn't want like anybody else to see it. Like she was like uptight. She was on alert, like checking to see if anybody was like noticing. So we were all still praying at the time, and people had their eyes closed so they couldn't see what was going on. So I turned and looked out the corner of my eye, and I saw Michelle Obama looking really serious all of a sudden, and she seemed so focused on the blanket. Now, mind you, everybody else's eyes is closed, and they're all praying, and they're supposed to, she's supposed to have her eyes closed. The only people that should have been had their eyes open was me and Sandra, because she was showing me the blanket and I was looking at it. But Michelle Obama had opened her eyes as well, and she was looking at the blanket too, and she was really focused on it. So, what else? And she was trying to get to the blanket, and her face had changed, and it looked as if she was like really, really mad that it was there. And I'm not gonna lie, she looked kind of scary to me, very intimidating, and she looked kind of scary. Like her whole demeanor changed. So in the dream, I knew that the blanket had represented the government's plans. So in this dream, he is still breaking it down to me step by step, but I felt an urgency to just go ahead and record it. And it just seems like what I got from when I was asking God about the dream, he revealed that Michelle represents the government, and that blanket represented their plans, and that the fact that Sandra had the blanket and she was showing me it was being exposed. I was looking at it, I knew. And she was mad because I was figuring it out. I was looking at it. So she wanted it. She was focused on it. She was trying to take it back. She wanted it. She did not want us to see it. And it was the fact that everybody else in the circle had their eyes closed. They were oblivious to what was even going on. They just kept their eyes closed. And the thing that stood out to me was they were praying too. That just shows me that, and he literally just gave me this revelation, like as I'm thinking about it right now. Sad to say, some churches are asleep. They do not know what's going on. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. We are in some serious times right now. We need to wake up now. Open your eyes. Stop letting the world dictate what you think and what you don't. Stop letting the media dictate what you are going to think and what you're not. Stop cutting on the news and seeing a story and rolling with it without asking questions and without using discernment. Just because they are talking about it doesn't mean that that's the whole story. You never know. They are programmed to make you think a certain way. And I don't know, this video might be taken down. I don't know. I don't care. I want you to know the truth. I just want everybody's eyes to be open because it's some things going on that they are not saying. And people, especially black people, especially the black community, they target because we are basically, it seems like some people are just conditioned to think a certain way. Break that. I want you to unlearn everything and be open to learning new things. Unlearn everything that you think you know. Don't even consider yourself wise. Don't. Be open to actually being able to hear people out. Be able to be open to both sides. Even if it makes you feel a certain way, be able to just listen. I'm not saying you gotta like what is being said, but listen, use discernment, pray about it, and don't. What gets me is people say, I prayed about it. No. You went to God with a certain mindset. You already made a choice in your head, and you prayed and you ran with it. You didn't wait to see what he actually had to say about it. You did not actually pray about it. Because when I use this example all the time, when I quit my job, I prayed about it. I wanted to stay at my job because I didn't want to leave because I was scared that I wouldn't be able to pay my car note and things. So I went with a mindset that, okay, I'm going to pray, but I want to keep my job, but I'm open, that's the key word, open, to listen to whatever you have to say, God. And he told me the opposite of what I wanted to do. Sometimes he is not going to say what we expect him to say. And we have to be open to that, and we have to be okay with it. And if we're asking and we want to be obedient, we need to do whatever he's telling us to do. It's a lot of things that I was against at first, and he told me, no, this is what you probably need to do. And I did it. You don't have to agree with it. If God is telling you to do it, do it. Because in the end, who's smarter? Who's wisdom? So open your eyes. God, please, I ask that you open your children's eyes to what is going on in the world, that we do not be deceived. Open your eyes. Stop letting the media dictate how you think. That's all I gotta say. So I pray this bless you. I pray that you take this to God in prayer and really just pray. Go with a clear mind and actually be willing and be prepared to hear whatever he has to say, because it might just go against what you believe or what you thought was right. So I love you guys. Be blessed. Be encouraged.